Remember those days before the glow of a screen lit up every pocket? Back when conversations lingered over coffee instead of quick texts, and getting lost on a road trip meant adventure, not a panic. Life had a rhythm all its own, slower, fuller, with room for wonder in the everyday. Today we're looking at 10 ways America was different before smartphones. What life actually looked like. Let's flip through these memories like pages in an old family album, one heartfelt story at a time. 1. The thrill of the roadside detour. Picture this. It's the summer of '95, and you're piling into a family station wagon for a cross-country drive to Grandma's house. No GPS voice bossing you around. Just a trusty Rand McNally atlas spread across the dashboard, its pages crinkled from years of use. What made it special was the serendipity. Spotting a quirky diner off the interstate or chatting up a local gas station attendant for the best route. Folks back then embraced the unknown, turning wrong turns into cherished tales around the campfire. Smartphones changed that in the early 2010s with apps like Google Maps, making navigation instant and precise. But oh, how we traded those spontaneous discoveries for straight lines on a screen. 2. The coin that connected hearts. In the bustling heart of 1980s America, payphones stood like silent sentinels on street corners, their bells a promise of connection across miles. You'd fish for quarters in your pocket, heart racing as you dial home from a far-off adventure. The line crackling with static, but warm with voices you missed. It was magic in its simplicity. No apps, just the weight of a coin sealing your words into the ether. These metal lifelines peaked with over 2 million units nationwide by the 90s, fostering patience and presence in every call. But as cell phones spread in the 2000s, payphones faded like echoes, replaced by pocket-sized portals that keep us tethered yet somehow more alone. 3. Capturing moments that lasted. Before every sunset was a swipe away, Americans in the 70s and 80s wielded Kodak Instamatics or Polaroid cameras, their whirring clicks freezing joy in tangible squares of film. You'd wait days at a corner drugstore for prints to emerge, each envelope a treasure trove of unfiltered life. Blurry birthdays, candid beach days that felt more real for their imperfections. What warmed the soul was a ritual, poring over albums with loved ones, fingers tracing faded edges as stories spilled out. Film photography ruled until digital cameras arrived in the late 90s, but smartphones sealed its fate by the 2010s, turning every shot instant and endless, though we lost that sweet anticipation along the way. 4. The gentle jolt of morning bells. Dawn in a 1990s suburb meant the reliable buzz of a wind-up alarm clock on your nightstand, its brass face glowing faintly in the pre-dawn hush. Families rose to its insistent chime, no snooze buttons tempting laziness. Just the quiet discipline of setting hands by lamplight the night before. It built character, that unyielding tick-tock, sinking lives to the sun rather than a silent vibration. These mechanical wonders have been household staples since the early 1900s, but smartphone alarms in the 2000s stole the show with customizable chimes and endless delays. Now, we wake to our pockets, but there's a cozy nostalgia in remembering when time announced itself with a heartfelt ring. 5. Words that travel by train. Envision a crisp autumn day in 1975, penning a letter to a sweetheart across the states, sealing it with a lick and a stamp that carried dreams on the rails of the U.S. Postal Service. Mail call was pure anticipation, rushing to the box of that blue-inked envelope, its creases whispering of faraway thoughts poured out in looping script. It was intimate, those pages heavy with ink and emotion, fostering bonds that deepened with every patient wait. Letter writing boomed post-World War II, with billions exchanged yearly, until email and text in the internet age rushed them out of fashion. Smartphones made connection effortless by 2010, yet nothing quite matches the tender way a letter arrived just when you needed it most. 6. The hunt for knowledge in bound pages. Step into a 1980s public library where the scent of aged paper welcomed you like an old friend, and answers hid in the spines of Britannica volumes lining oak shelves. School reports meant hours of cross-referencing indexes, fingers smudged with dust as facts unfolded like hidden gems. It sparked curiosity, that deliberate chase, whispered debates with librarians, the thrill of unearthing a diagram or quote that fit just right. Encyclopedias have been America's knowledge keepers since 1768, but search engines like Google in the 90s began to shift. By the smartphone era, we traded quiet shells for pocket queries, gaining speed but losing the serendipitous browse that made learning feel like a gentle adventure. 7. Evenings filled with face-to-face magic. Twilight in a 1990s neighborhood brought porches alive with laughter as folks gathered for block parties or stoop side yarns. No screen stealing the spotlight. Board games like Monopoly unfolded on kitchen tables, dice rolling amid good-natured groans, while kick-the-can echoed down leafy streets till fireflies winked goodnight. It wove community tight, those unhurried hours, sharing recipes over hedges, watching stars without a single interruption. Pre-digital America thrived on such presence, from barn raisings and pioneer days to suburban barbecues. Smartphones splintered in the 2010s with endless scrolls, drawing us inward, but the heart still yearns for the warmth of eyes meeting eyes under string lights. 8. Ink that told the day's tale. Every morning in 1985 America, the rhythmic thud of the paperboy's toss heralded the world's pulse. Headlines splashed in bold black ink, comics curling at the edges from the dew. Families huddle at the Formica table, trading sections like secrets. Dad with sports, mom with advice columns, kids giggling over Garfield. It grounded us, that daily ritual. Facts vetted by editors, stories savored slow over coffee, building a shared sense of place. Newspapers peaked with over 60 million daily copies in the 80s, but 24/7 news apps eroded that by the 2000s. Smartphones delivered the world in pings, efficient yet fleeting, leaving behind a comforting crinkle of pages turned by hand. 9. Tunes that unspool from plastic. Cruising Main Street in a 90s Chevy, you'd pop in a mixtape. Heart scratch cassettes of mixtapes traded like Valentines, their warbles and skips adding soul to every spin. Radios crackle with DJ dedications, turning drives into private concerts where windswept hair met Bruce Springsteen anthems. It was personal, curating those 90-minute reels of crushes and road trips, rewinding favorites with satisfying click. Cassettes ruled from the 70s to 90s, shipping millions yearly, until CDs and then MP3s phased them out. Smartphones streamed it all by 2010, boundless and battery-free. But we missed the tactile joy of a tape flipping sides, mid-song stories etched in magnetic memory. 10. Screen time that meant story time. Cozy Friday nights in 1985 meant dimming the lights for VCR rentals, Blockbuster runs for the Goonies, popcorn kernels popping as tapes whirred to life on bulky players. You'd fast forward through previews with eager rewinds, the glow of the tube drawing everyone close on the couch, blankets shared and plot twists gasped over in unison. It created traditions, those communal viewings. No spoilers lurking online, just pure immersion in rented worlds. Home video boomed in the 80s with over 70% of households owning VCRs. But streaming services supplanted tapes by the early 2000s. Smartphones pocketed entertainment entirely, on demand and alone, yet nothing rivals the electric hush of family, eyes wide, lost together in the flicker of film. There you have it. Glimpses in America where life unfolded at its own unhurried pace, rich with the textures of touch and time. Makes you appreciate the old ways, doesn't it? If these stories stir a memory or two, give this video a like, drop a comment about your favorite pre-smartphone ritual, and subscribe for more trips down memory lane. Until next time, keep those albums close and the conversations going. Thanks for joining the Rewind.